Okay, guys, I think there we go. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with a special, I guess, early afternoon live stream. Of course, I'll be live tonight for only one game. That'll be Phillies and Dodgers tonight at 9 as Yoshinobu Yamamoto takes the mound for the Dodgers against Aaron Nola as the Phillies look to stave off elimination for one more day. Stay alive for one more game. Just keep trying to fight and get back to Philadelphia with a 2-2 series. It's going to be tough, though. You see the title, right? I know you see it. Yeah, it happened. Jose Ramirez, in an interview from way back in, I think, April or March, called out the front office and I guess ownership too for essentially squandering his extension for the most part. They've done. They have squandered the hell out of this extension. Remember how excited I was when he signed his extension, right? He took a massive pay cut because he wants to win. And he's like, I'm gonna take a pay cut. I'm gonna save y'all some money. Now go out and bring some dudes here so we can compete and I can win me a World Series. Right? Simple enough. I mean, I'm sure the other 28 or so, no, 27 front office, no, 26 Rockies, Pirates, A's, Guardians. They would also do this crap squandering. But you give Jose to any of the other 26 teams, imagine the teams they put around him. Give Jose to the Phillies, the Dodgers, the Rangers, the Astros, and maybe even the Reds. uh, they would go out and put pieces around him. Generally, usually, when you have an elite level player like a Jose Ramirez as the general manager or, whatever, the roster builder, your main goal should be to put good players around him. I mean, this is going to be the best core that we've had since Lindor and them left. You look at the potential that these guys have coming up. You're going to have DeLauder probably for a full year. I would not be shocked if, honestly, knowing the Guardians, I wouldn't be surprised if they kept him in AAA for another half a year because that's what they do. He's already dipped his freaking toes in the MLB in the playoffs. Honestly, he had. There we go. All right, we should be good now, guys. But yeah, I come back and of course my streamer's disconnected. Good old OBS. Anyways, if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, you haven't seen because there's an interview from back I think in March or April on Twitter. It's in Spanish, otherwise I would show it here. It's pretty damning if you ask me. Right? Here's the synopsis. Here's the synopsis. As you see from this picture right here, I found on Twitter, the synopsis is essentially, and I quote, they were supposed to take advantage of my discount and build a team to win. And they haven't really done that. To be fair, you look at what the Guardians have done, right? been pretty consistent. We've been a winning team. It's mainly been the benefit. We've been beneficiaries of our trash ass division. To win a World Series. Feels like every year we hear the same gabagool garbage from the front office, right? Especially talk for 20 minutes and say nothing of substance. You ask him a question, he'll skirt around it. He'll weasel his way around it like little vermin or little freaking rat thing. I'm not gonna be on it too much longer, guys, but Cincinnati's gonna piss me off again, isn't he? Remember, they told us to enjoy Francisco Lindor. If they do that same garbage again with J Ram this time, I mean, you can't eat. I mean, how would you be able to go in front of the fan base and with confidence say, "Yeah, we did all we could with J Ram. You didn't do shit. He signed his extension April 6th, 2022. Yeah, he signed his extension April 6th, 2022. I believe that was, I think, one of the last years of his actual contract. Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. So he signed his extension on the first year of his first club option. He had 2 club option years. Yeah. He had a 5 million 5 year deal, from 2017 to 2021. He had 2 club option years in 2022 and 2023. He signed his extension in 2022, so that wiped out that club option thing. I mean, how would you be able to justify letting him leave, knowing? Actually, let's take a look at the teams that he's had. Let's take a look at the teams that he's had since that extension. Okay? All the guys that he's had. I'm going to go through the entire thing here. So, 2022, first year of the extension. You had Miles Straw. You locked him up long term. Why? I don't know. You brought in Luke Maley. He's actually not bad. Honestly, I'll say Luke Maley was probably the best backup catcher we've had, production wise, besides maybe Kevin Plawecki or Roberto Perez. Isn't saying much. Austin Hedges, of course. Ahmed. I mean, you also went out and didn't really do much. You had Andres. Yeah, that's it in terms of players that they had. Their payroll was like around 60 some $1 million. Again, kind of had that excuse. It's fresh off of the sickness. Guess what, Guardians? It's been going on 6 years already. God, 6 years? Going on 6 years post sickness season? Oh my God. It's crazy. It's already been 6 years. Damn. But yeah, it's already been going on 4 years since J-Ram signed that extension. Literally, how many external free agents the Guardians have signed since that extension in 2022 was signed? Austin Hedges, well, he was acquired in a trade. But yeah, Luke Maley. Ooh, Luke Maley. Ooh. That was literally it. Yeah, that was it. 2023. I remember this team. They had they got Lucas Giolito, but that was you know late in the season. Gallagher. Oh, no, that was again snatching him up off of the waivers. Gallagher. And De Los Santos. Like, look at these teams. They stink. Holy ass. I think the only positions that they have actually signed guys for are catcher. That's it. All they've mainly done is sign a backup catcher every year. It's been Austin Hedges. Austin Hedges, Mike Zunino, Luke Maley, Kevin Plawecki. Backup catchers. That's it. When it comes to external free agents, that's mainly been it. Now, they did have this like run of signing washed up freaking outfielders. Domingo Santana, Carlos Gonzalez. That was pretty much it. Trash. Trash and garbage. Haven't done it. They haven't made any effort to make this team better. Now, to be fair, last year they did that whole, Matthew Boyd thing, right? 2024. They went out, they took a risk on Matthew Boyd, thinking, okay, he's coming off Tommy John. See how he does. And he was actually phenomenal. He actually wanted to come back, and they said, no, thank you. They did the same thing with John Means this year. Yeah. Except John Means didn't even pitch this year. He essentially had a rehab year this year. I expect them to pick up his option, and we're going to get a 1 year out of John Means most likely next year. Hopefully. Just looking at this roster, thinking they have done beyond the bare ass minimum to please J Ram. Right? They've done the bare ass minimum. Now, this year, they tried again, maybe a trade. They traded away Josh Naylor. They traded away Andres Jimenez. They went right out and got Carlos Santana. Santana and Hedges and John Means were the only three actual free agents that they signed. Oh, wait, no. They brought in Jacob Junis too. How dare I forget? Colby Allard. Yeah, Colby Allard. Ooh, Colby Allard. But those were like minimum deals, like, minor league, 1 year, whatever deal. Now, the thing about Colby is he's still in arbitration. So he's cheap. Classic Dolan signing. Again, have done the absolute bare ass minimum to field a really good team. Right? They don't even have. I mean, you know what the main excuse is going to be now? TV money. Because they don't have the TV contract. Do I have to look and see what other teams without a TV contract have done? The Rangers have their own channel, their own network. They went out and spent like crazy. This year they weren't that good, but do I have to see what they did? Let's see what they did. Right? If the Guardians front office wants to be smartasses about it, oh, we don't have the money, TV contract, blah, 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 blah. Well, I mean, let's see what the other teams without a TV contract have done. Diamondbacks, they went out and made some moves. Remember that? They've had some big money guys without a TV contract. Colorado stinks, but yeah. San Diego, I think San Diego would be the ultimate example. Right? I wish I could look up free agency like what they've done. Well, here we go. Free agent tracker. Here we go. Let's see what teams have done. So let's go to 2022. Okay. Signing team, Cleveland. Nothing. Oh, wait, no. 2022. There we go. Maley, Brian Shaw, and Sandy Leone. Oh. That was the first year of the extension. 2. Wow, they were actually active. Oh, 23, they went active. Holy shit. Mike Zunino, Anthony Goes, Touquet Toussaint, Cam Gallagher, Roman Quinn, and Josh Bell. They legit signed Josh Bell to an actual legit contract. 2-year, $33 million contract. They spent money. And he lasted barely half a year. Because he stunk. At least they tried. See, that was the first multi-year deal I think they signed in a while. And last year, of course, I think they signed, a couple players? Josh Bell. Multi-year deal. 2024, Jaime, I forgot about Jaime Barria. Oh my God. Carlos Carrasco, Boyd, and Hedges. That was it. Now, to be fair, only Barria was a minor league deal. They spent a grand total of around $7.75 million. And 2 starting pitchers, a catcher, and that was it. Besides Barria, of course. So they weren't really active, but they tried. Last year, probably the most active they had been. Not even minor league deals either. Shane Bieber, 2-year, $26 million, didn't even pitch an inning for us. Paul Sewald, Hedges, Means, Junis, and Santana. And that Santana one happened after they had traded Josh Naylor. Here's the guess. I would be expecting a little bit more of the same this year. It's maybe instead of pitchers, how about a hitter or two? Now you'd be like, oh, but crazy dog, what about the freaking TV deal? Let's see what let's have a little bit of fun here, right? Let's see what San Diego has done. So again, they're another prominent team, right, when it comes to having a TV contract. Right? Of course, they've been using MLB TV for their games for a couple years now. They have the ultimate excuse, right? Of course, now this stupid thing doesn't want to work, but yeah, you get the idea. Maybe they actually spent some money this year. Oh, this Fangraphs thing does not want to work sometimes. It picks and chooses when it wants to work. Here we go. Okay. Let's go on to San Diego. So again, that's due since 2023. Yeah, safe to say they were active. Let me see if I can find out. Um, yeah, Valley Sports San Diego. 100 raised within 2023. So in 2023, they went out, they went crazy. Now, in terms of actual like major league deals, they signed Nelson Cruz. They went out and got Adam Engel. Okay, whatever. Small stuff. They went out and got Seth Lugo, 2-year, $15 million deal. They went out and got Nick Martinez, 3-year deal. Robert Suarez, a 5-year deal. 4 years for Waka, 2 years for Matt Carpenter, 11-year, $280 million deal for Xander Bogaerts. What about 2024? 5 years for Yuki Matsui, 4 years for Wandy Peralta, and then that was pretty much it. They signed like Jurickson Profar to a 1-year deal, but whatever there. The rest were like very low minimum deals to Solano, Peralta, Brad Miller. Yeah, nothing crazy. This year, 4-year, 55 million total, 13 million AAV to Nick Pivetta. He also had a qualifying offer denied too, I believe. Oh yeah, because the the Red Sox didn't pick up his qualifying offer. That's right. It's the only multi-year deal that they signed. So yeah, you can definitely make some moves if you're the Guards. You can't use the excuse, oh, they don't have a TV partner. The Padres don't, and look what they did. What is it going to be, Chris and company? Antoinetti, huh? What's it going to be? You actually going to spend some money this year? I'm not going to get into who I would want because, let's be honest, they're not going to go after any of the guys I want. I'll do a video later on, once the season's over, talking about guys who I would want and guys who that we're probably going to get. Like a dream versus reality video, you know, guys who I'd want in a dream scenario. Like in a dream world, this is who I think we would get, and then this is who we're actually going to get. I think we have a good idea. One of them is going to be Austin Hedges. You can already pencil his name in. He's going to be back again, batting sub 200 again, with his good defense and his good locker room vibes. That's what they're going to do. I expect them to make a couple trades, maybe sign a couple pitchers, like what they always do, right? I wouldn't be shocked if they brought back Lane Thomas. Honestly, I have no idea what they're going to do. I have no faith in them either. I don't. It's the way they are. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Again, I'll be live tonight, 9 p.m. for Phillies and Dodgers game trays. Maybe we see how the series is end tonight. or we have a whole bunch of game fours, game fives. Yeah, it's weird. His Dodgers is only on game three, right? The other series are all 2-1. It's like, what's going on here? Huh? Phillies and Dodgers played fewer games than the others. Oh, wait, no. That's true. Cubs and Brewers, they're only on game three. That's so weird. The AL teams have played one more game than the NL teams. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, that's weird. And again, I think the NL will catch up coming up here soon. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up here, guys. Shout out to Fox, who was obviously the only one in the chat. Um, I understand it is, of course, a weekday, so people are out in school and stuff. Just wanted to get this off my chest. I could have done this in a video, but I wanted to be able to fire off stuff, and if anything else happened, talk about it. But that is going to wrap it up. I'll be live tonight for Phillies and Dodgers, and I'll see y'all later, right? And another thing, too, I know people always ask, what if Dan Gilbert was the owner of the Guards? What if Jimmy Haslam was the owner of the Guards? I'll say this, if Jimmy Haslam was the owner of the Guardians, they would spend money, but they would have no morals at all. Marcell Ozuna, Aroldis Chapman, all the douchebags in the MLB, they would be on the Guardians. You know, Haslam, he does spend money. I'll give him that. But there, he has no morals. That's gone out the window. Now, Dan Gilbert, I will say, he was a douchebag. But honestly, I like him now. Unfortunately, it's come at the expense of his health because he had a stroke. But I heard he's doing much better. I think he's actually getting to walking again. I don't think he can walk at all for a while, but I think he's starting to walk again. He's been more active with the team, you know, he's been at the games, hanging out. He looks good. I'll say that, coming off a stroke, he looks good. You know? I think you compare the owners of the teams in the city, Dan Gilbert is by far number one. It's pretty sad. A dude from Detroit, he's actually trying to develop downtown Cleveland too, trying to help in developing the city, right? Like they're gonna be getting one of those Cosm things, you know, the freaking immersive screen makes it look like you're at the game. One of those little establishments, the bar or whatever that they have in Texas. I think Cleveland's getting one across the street from Rocket Arena. And then I believe I saw something that said Urban Meyer's restaurant or whatever is going to be coming to Cleveland too. Now imagine what it'll be like when they tear that piece of shit freaking stadium down by the lake and they develop that into apartments or district or whatever. And then we're talking. Pretty sad how a dude from Detroit is doing more to develop the city than Jimmy has. Yeah, did I mention the Cavs are getting a new practice facility in downtown Cleveland on the river? That'll be fun. So, yeah, if Dan Gilbert owned the Guardians, I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have to worry about spending money. He would be by far the richest owner in the league. I think he would lap Steve Cohen 2 or 3 times when it comes to owning money. He's a super billionaire. He'd be throwing money at everybody. He wouldn't even care. He wants to win a championship. He would do what Mr. I did with the Tigers, but more sensibly. He wouldn't just throw money at anybody. He would look at the team, think, we need this, that, and that. And he would look at who's available and think, Give me this guy, that guy, and this guy. And then for added depth, we'll sign some minor league guys, minor league level players, minor league contracts, minimum contracts. Classic stuff. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Going on almost 40 minutes. I will see you all tonight for Phillies Dodgers. With that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Cards. Don't piss off the GOAT, guys. Come on. Make some moves this offseason. It's in a spot to win a championship. We don't have too much longer with the GOAT. Come on. Don't squander it. See you guys later. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.